Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. Today, this full face of makeup is brought to you by me testing out Makeup Forever's new HD Skin. I finally was able to get this in my shade. I have it in the shade 1R02. It looks a little light for my skin, and it is, but it's the right tone for my skin. So at least I'm in the ballpark. I didn't mean for this to turn into a 3-day wear test, but it just kind of has, and I really haven't filmed for that. The first day I tried this, I was using my Ulta MD sunscreen underneath it, and it didn't really hold up well. It was like a natural makeup day for me, but by the end of the day, it was broken up and not cute. So I will insert a little bit of footage from the end of that day. Here again, after 8 hours, it wasn't doing that great. As you can see, my forehead, around my nose, and my chin are a mess, not to mention the overall shine. So then Sunday, I wore it with the Misha Sun Milk, the soft finish. It's an SPF 50, this cap, whatever. Anyway, this is a more matte sunscreen, and the foundation held up pretty well underneath it. I was really pleased. So I wanted to give it a try for a third day, and that's what today is. I'm wearing it with the Fenty Hydra Visor. That's more of a moisturizer and sunscreen combo. So I don't have as much, like moisturizing things happening, but the actual sunscreen itself is moisturizing. So it's like I took out a layer, whatever. I'm just trying to figure out what the best possible combination is for this foundation. Normally I'll test a foundation for you guys and I'll be like, yes, I like it. No, I don't. Here's the thing. I like a lot about this foundation. I love how I cannot feel it on my skin at all. It is undetectable. I wouldn't even know I had foundation on except I put it on myself. I like that it is a light to medium buildable coverage, which is perfect for where I am right now. I like medium coverage foundations. I'm not really doing like full, heavy, full coverage foundations anymore. And this is just perfect for that. And I also like the finish. So normally finishes are like matte, natural, satin, radiant. This is actually in between matte and natural. So, I mean, it looks like skin, but it's not glowy really. Now, I am leaning towards liking a glowier foundation. However, I don't know. Sometimes a matte foundation, this piece of hair, seriously? But sometimes there's just something so like lovely about a matte finish, but sometimes matte can come off chalky and dry, and that's not what this is doing at all. At least I don't think so. So that's what you're going to see in the following footage. Me putting on this foundation, and actually I picked up to go along with it their Ultra HD Concealer because I needed a new concealer. I wanted one that was medium coverage. That's what this is. So I figured, well, if I'm doing the foundation, I might as well get their concealer to go with it. If you're new to my channel, you're like, this is a chaotic mess. Yeah, it is. It's like that a lot around here. And if you're into that sort of thing, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I mean, if chaos is your thing, I'm your girl. So make sure you subscribe, like, and come on back because I got more like this for you. Now, for those of you who are repeat offenders, thank you so much for coming back. You know the foundation has kind of been my thing lately with the Charlotte Tilbury, then the NARS, and now with the Makeup Forever. I'm kind of on a roll, and I've really been liking them. And actually, I've been liking them more and more. Like, I liked the Charlotte Tilbury a lot, then I really liked the NARS a lot, and I'm really liking this one too. And actually, for me right now, it's kind of like a dead heat between the two of them. They're both so good. But trying to get this to work the way I want it to, that's my goal. All right, friends, if you want to see how all this came together, do me a favor and keep watching. All right, I'm serious because my hair is clipped back. So I have on today for moisturizer and SPF, the Fenty Hydra Visor. I've tried 2 other sunscreens. One I liked, one I didn't. So today I'm just trying to get like the perfect overall balance for this whole complexion. Do I go to this trouble? Sometimes I do. I mean, sometimes it's just like a magic combination. The first or second time I try a new foundation, I'm like, boom, that's how I'm going to do it. With the Makeup Forever HD Skin, I love the finish. I love the level of coverage at a medium. I just want to make it last longer and keep my skin looking good. So that's why today I'm trying it with the Fenty Hydra Visor, and I'm going to go in with, this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Blurring Primer. I found this because of my latest girl crush, Andrea Ali. If you saw my recent video on Easy French Girl Makeup, that was because of Andrea Ali. This is one of her favorite primers. So when someone uses a product over and over and over again, I know it's really proven and tested by them. So since she loves it, I purchased it, and I've been trying it with different, products and seeing how I like it. It has a nice thin lotiony consistency. I don't use it all over my entire face. I like it down the center of my face because that's really where my makeup wears quickly because of pores and just, the movement of like talking and smiling and eating and drinking and blah, 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 blah. Now you can see that has immediately like softened the look of the glow I had from the Hydro Visor. I don't know if you can still see it, but down the center I am a little more matte. So when I was first matched for the shade, which is 1R02, I was like, you know what, I've been looking for a new concealer, so let me just get one from Makeup Forever, that way they kind of go together. So I have the Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. This is in the shade 25. And the two pretty much go well together, especially with my skin. It does come out a little lighter, and it's because my skin is actually light. It's the hyperpigmentation that makes it appear like, I don't know, deeper and redder than it actually is. Listen, I am struggling to get like the perfect match for any foundation, but this one I like. All right, the primer has had a minute to set up. I'm gonna go in with my concealer first because that's how she liked. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do my eyebrows. You don't need to see that. All right, there's the start of my eyebrows. I will finish them up at the end of my makeup. So I'm gonna go in with 2 pumps. Now I've tried this several ways. I really liked how the Real Techniques blender worked. So I'm gonna go in with that first. Now you can see it looks lighter and it really is lighter, but I don't mind so much because it's pasty girl season for me, so it's not a huge big deal. You can see right off the bat, it is medium coverage, and I really like this, especially for every day. It's nice to have like a light, breezy, everyday type of look, especially for me. Where the hell am I going? And I actually prefer using the Real Techniques sponge with this foundation. I just found that my beauty blender was soaking up too much of the product, and the Real Techniques doesn't soak up as much as the beauty blender does. And since this is such a lightweight formula and it's medium, it actually is light to medium depending on how much you use and how well you build it up. But because of that, the beauty blender really made it have like a light finish. And honestly, that's not what I want ever. Medium is where it's at for me. Now I do use more of this foundation than I do of any other. So, I mean, that's partially on me, and maybe if I used a dry brush, I would use even less. But I found using one of my brushes, the one that's my favorite to use, I found that using that one, it actually left brush strokes in the foundation, and so I had to go back over the top with a blender just to blend those out, which wasn't a big deal. But if I can do one and done, much easier. Now, this has a really quick dry down, so for those of you who just like to dot it on all of your face and then start blending it in, don't do that. Just put it on one spot, blend it through, go to the next spot, blend it through, because it will dry down too quickly and you won't be able to move it around your face by the time, if you start here and you end up over here, forget about it. Now, I am going to build it up just a little bit on the tops of my cheeks. That's where I don't know, for some reason, the hyperpigmentation there bothers me the most. I think it's because there's no, hyperpigmentation around my eyes, and then all of a sudden, boom, there it starts. So I just like for that to be a little more covered. So the finish on this is really interesting. I don't feel that it's completely matte or completely like that natural satin. It's really in between. And I like that a lot. It's unlike any other of the foundation formulas that I have. I don't know, I really like the finish. That's why I'm trying to get it to work its best and figure out which of my products work best with it, because I just think it is such a really great formula just for like a different vibe. That's why having this different finish is just something nice. It's nice to change it up. It feels a little more casual and accessible and everyday. Now, for those of you who don't like a foundation, especially if you use like maybe a skin tint or a BB cream or a CC cream, I think you would like this because it gives you a little more pigment for a little more coverage, but feels completely weightless. Like, I don't feel this on my face at all. The dry down is quick, it's not moving, it's so pretty. And like I say, you can use a little less and you'll have light coverage. I'm right now medium coverage. I haven't tried to build it up to full coverage, but I don't think it would really go full. The formula just doesn't seem to want to grab and build like that. All right, now I'm going to use the concealer. Again, it is the Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer, shade 25. I really like, I know everyone's doing a little dab here and a little dab there. I really like having the highlight under my eye. I'm still doing it like this. It's what works best for my face shape. So just because TikTok, Instagram, YouTube is all doing it a different way, it doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Do whatever works for your face shape. Well, that made a difference. I just want to brighten my under eyes and kind of take down the little bit of purple that I have in the corners. I'm also just going to go around my nose with this because that's where I do have redness also, and maybe just down the center of my nose. Oh, and you know what? I did notice that this foundation was kind of sinking into my 11s. So let's just put a little concealer there and see if that helps it at all. I didn't do that the other day, so we'll see if it makes a difference. Now, even though this is supposed to be a self-setting concealer, I do find that it sinks into those like little baby lines that we all have right under our eyes. So I do like to just dab it out and use the slightest bit of powder. All right, so I just set wherever I had concealed with a little bit of translucent powder, just a tiny amount, just to make sure that even though it's a self-setting concealer, I got it. I just got it. All right, I'm going to quickly go in with kind of my natural everyday face, and I will come back to you. All right, we're done. For me, this is kind of like a natural everyday face. Now, I am using a couple new things I have never used before. I've had this Fenty mascara, what is it called? The Full Frontal, for a few months. I've never opened it, and I thought, let's give it a try. Okay, right now, these lashes are, I love them. They make my lashes look thicker and prettier. They're not clumpy. I'm just praying that they don't fall, and it's not waterproof, so we'll see how it lasts, but I think they look so pretty. Love them. For my lips, I have from Item Beauty, this is the, what do we call it here? The Lip Quip Lip Oil. I have it in the shade Heart Poppin'. I am all about lip oils. You may have noticed I'm all about all the lip products, but I love lip oils, especially tinted ones. And I really think that the Item Beauty line is so underrated. It is such an affordable line. I want to say this was like around $15. I got it at Sephora. It feels so good. I think the color is so pretty. That's one of the things I love about lip oils is you can get like a brighter intensity, and it doesn't make your lips look clownish. It just kind of like enhances them, and just, I don't know. I really love, you know, like this watermelon shade. I think it's gorgeous. Now the rest of my face, you can see I went mostly with cream products. Where is it? From Rare Beauty. I used their blush and highlighter, and I just love them. I think they're just such a natural, pretty, I don't know. I just love them so much. I do have to be careful. Like, can I use my fingers when I'm using cream products on my face with this foundation? Because I notice it does lift. So you have to use a brush or a sponge and just gently dab and move it around. Let's see, did anything come up? It felt like a little may have come up here, but I was able to kind of like patch it. But I mean, it could be way worse. And like I said, it's a natural day, so it's okay if my skin is peeking through a little bit. I used a little bit of setting powder, a very little bit. As a matter of fact, I didn't even use a finishing powder, which is very typical for me on my natural days. So we'll see how this holds up. But right now, I think it's pretty. I'm not going anywhere, literally. I'm just going to be milling about the house, taking care of Dottie, who apparently wants to go outside right now. And of course, I'll be wearing my eyeglasses, so I will have, you know, those little marks around my nose later, but whatever, who cares? All I really want to know is, does this face hold up using the Fenty Hydro Visor, so like a moisturizer SPF combo, using the Synchro Skin blurring primer from Shiseido, topped off with the Makeup Forever HD Skin. all I want to do is find the right combo that makes this formula last, because I really like the finish. That's the thing, when you find something about a foundation that you really like, but maybe something else about it you don't like, it's easy. Well, I shouldn't say easy. It's worth it to switch in and out products to find the best combination that works. I don't believe in like trying something once and being like, it's not perfect. Bye. No. I found something I like about this. I like the finish. I like the way it feels on my skin. Even though it seems a little light for my skin, I like the tone. So that tells me I can just go up a couple shades come summer and it'll be perfect, hopefully. In the meantime, getting the prep under my skin right so that this lasts well, that's what I really am working on. All right, so I will be back for you guys in 8 hours. We'll see how this lasted, see if I'm finding the magic elixir. All right, you guys, see you in a while. Hi friends, I am back. It is 8 hours later. I have the most precious kitty in the world. This is my Lucy. And the reason I have her is because my makeup has held up pretty well. I'm a little shiny. Yeah, of course, I have cream products on and I didn't like heavily powder and I didn't touch up at all over these 8 hours. But what I did was I picked her up once and I got one of her teeny tiny hairs somewhere around my nose. So all night I've been like picking and like wiping and hoping to find, and I never did. So the reason there's some little, foundation wear on my nose, it's not because the foundation wore off. It's because the most adorable kitty in the world placed the tiniest, thinnest little hair and I can't find it. All right. Anyway, I am pretty pleased with how this held up. Now, I will say there is a little gathering here in the corners of my nose, so that's not great. I can either, I don't know, maybe go with a little less next time, maybe powder a little more. I mean, work on it, girl. The settling in my 11s, that always happens. It's actually not terrible. And other than that, I'm pretty pleased with it. So not using a moisturizer and then a sunscreen worked out pretty well. Using just the moisturizer / sunscreen hybrid together as one product, I think that definitely helped my case. But the same things are still standing true. Oh my God, is there one of her furs on my lips? I swear to God, she's so freaking cute, but she's a monster. All right, so the big picture still holds true. I'm really not feeling it on my face. Yes, it is time for me to wash it off, go to bed, whatever, but it's not bugging me. It's not itching. It's not like I'm feeling this makeup on my face that I just have to have off because it's the end of the day. This is really a beautifully lightweight yet, medium coverage. I'm really, really happy with it. As far as I'm concerned, this is going to be my foundation for the summer because I can't feel it. I know a lot of you probably don't like wearing foundation in the summer, and mostly I don't either, but there are some evenings when I go out and I just want to have my skin tone evened out. I don't need to look made up, but I think this will just do the job. I mean, really, what did you think I was going to say? I liked it from the beginning. I'm just trying to make it be the best it can be for my skin. All right, friends, let me know in the comments if you have this and how you were using it, what sort of prep you're doing underneath to make it be its best for you, or if you're having some trouble with it. Maybe you and I can just work it out between us and figure out what is the best way to make this be the best bitch on the block. Yeah, I said it. And for those of you paying attention, the Fenty Full Frontal, it's not bad. There's a little bit of flaking, but nowhere near as bad as that awful Milk Makeup Rise mascara from the other day. That shit sucks. But my lashes have stayed up, so not bad. I will definitely give it another shot. And of course, the Item Beauty lip oil, I still love it. All right, friends, that's a wrap for my review and wear test of Makeup Forever's new HD Skin Foundation. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't be shy. All right, my loves, you know the drill. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, just hit that subscribe and come back. And just like always, I want to thank you for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah.